Hi students, so today I'd like to quickly show you some examples of forming equations. So usually algebraic equations are mathematical sentences which indicate that two expressions have the same value. However, here we have basically a sentence, and we'll have to translate the sentence into an algebraic equation. So there are some things here. So let's read this sentence. So when a number is added to 6, the result is 15. So when a number, so just think of a number. I don't know, I'll express this. I don't know this number, so I'll express this as x is added to 6. So if I add this to 6, the result, so this is equal to 15. So what is the number that when I add 6 I get 15? We would solve this. So x would be 15. I subtract 6 on both sides. Therefore x is simply 9. So take a look at the second example here. Twice a certain number is 7 more than that number. So again, certain number, we will use a variable. So that's our unknown. That's what we want to find. So twice a certain number is, so is means equal to 7 more than that number. So it's actually the same number plus 7. So what is the number that when I make it double, I get the same number plus 7? Let's solve this. So first I need to get all x's to the same side. So I would have to subtract by x on both sides here. So when I subtract by x on the right hand side, I will get rid of this x, and on the left hand side I'll have 2x minus x, which is simply x. And on the right hand side, the only thing that I have left is 7. So this would be the solution to this problem. So let's take a slightly more difficult example. So translate into an equation. The sum of two consecutive even integers is 34. So let's say that the first of those even numbers, even integers, is x. What would be the next even number? Well, it's that number plus 2, right? Even numbers, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and so forth. If I pick any of those numbers, the next even number would be that number plus 2. So the sum of two consecutive even integers is 34. So the sum, right, we're adding the first and the second, is equal to 34. Now, if the question was just translate into an equation, that's it. However, we can solve it. So x plus 2 is 34. So I have to subtract both sides by 2. And then we get rid of this 2 here, and 34 minus 2 will be 32. So if x plus x, which is 2x, is 32, therefore x is 16. So as the last example that we're going to see here, so let's take a look at it. So apple costs 13 cents each, and oranges cost 11 cents each. If I buy 5 more apples than oranges, and the total cost of apples and oranges is $2.33, write a linear equation involving the total cost. So again, this question is just asking us to write the equation. So let's make a simple table here. It's not in the future you might not feel like it, but just for now. So apple and orange. So the number of apples and oranges, let's put here the cost of each and the cost total. Right, total cost, how much each of them cost. So apple, how many apples have I bought? Well, I don't know, but I know that I've bought 5 more apples than oranges. So if I've bought X oranges, I will have X plus 5 apples. The cost of each orange is 11 cents. So let's say in dollars it would be 0.11. The cost of each apple in dollars is 13 cents. So the total cost of apples, we just multiply, because if each costs 0.13 cents, the total cost for the apples only, we just multiply those, because this is the number of apples, this is how much each of them cost. So X plus 5 times 0.13. Okay, if you decide to just use cents as your unit, this would be 233, this would be 11, this would be 13, and then we would just work with integer numbers. So let's do that. Let's calculate everything in cents. So apples 13 cents, orange 11 cents, and here when we multiply, we just multiply by 13 cents. Down here, oranges, X oranges, each one 11 cents. So the total cost in cents would be the sum of those two here. It's the cost of apples and the cost of oranges that I know to be 233. So X plus 5 times 13 plus 11X is 233. So let's just quickly solve this one. Again, the question is just asking us to write a linear equation, but let's just solve it. So we would have to expand those numbers. So we would have 13x plus 13 times 5, which is 65, plus 11x, and all of that is equal to 233. And again, we're calculating everything in cents. So let's get all numbers to one side and let's work out, let's make x our subject. So 13 plus 11x, that's 24x, and 233 minus 65, that would be 157, isn't it? Oh, 58. Alright, so x is 158 divided by 24, therefore x is